Hi guys, welcome to another episode of How To with the Caribbean Gaffer, powered by 13 Degrees North Productions and 13 Degrees North Rentals. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at some grip equipment. Yes, I'm Kurt Dawson, the Caribbean Gaffer, but I'm teaching you the how to. And sometimes when you're doing lights, you have to put up lights, the grips needs to have their equipment so that we can rig lights in, above, or on the things we need. Now, in today's episode, we are definitely looking at the G clamp or the C clamp. Sometimes people call them either or, right? This is more like a G. This is more like a C because of the curved top. This top is actually flatter. Now, the G clamp and the C clamp. Yes, the carpenters use it in the workshop, but on set, we use these to rig lights off of. Now, these come in various sizes, from 1 inches up to 8 to 10 inches. So for example, this is a 4-inch clamp. Well, this is an 8-inch clamp. And there are sizes in between. The smaller clamps, the spigots on those might be 1/4 inch. Well, these spigots here, these are the spigots. These are 3/8 of an inch. So these hold the larger lights and more weight. The smaller ones will use the smaller spigots at 1/4 of an inch. Now, with these, you have one spigot center and one spigot offset. This is able to allow you to get the lights in the angles that you might necessarily want them. Now, you can take this along with your trusty old Apple box. There are other episodes on how to that I explain Apple boxes to you, so go and watch those episodes. And you can clamp this onto the Apple box like this, just to show you how the rigging points work. Right, center, then we could clamp a grip head on here or an arm on this. Exactly, more like this. So, have your trusty grip head on this spigot, and then you also have this free for anything else that you may need to do, safety in or whatever. Now, these are very robust and they hold quite well. The C clamp with these grooves, when you're clamping, anytime you're rigging in an apartment or you're on set, and you don't want these to damage any of the rafters or anything you're rigging to, you would generally take a small piece of card or wood and put in between them just to make sure that they don't damage whatever you're clamping on to. So be mindful of that. Anytime you have to put these on, these really dig in and could really damage a surface. These ones are a little bit smoother, right? Might not damage as much, but when you really tighten this down, and this is an adjustable jaw, right? So depending on the thickness of what you're going on to, this moves back and forth, but when you're really putting these in, sometimes these can really dig in and leave an indentation on whatever you're rigging to. So just be mindful that you have to protect the surfaces when using these clamps. Now, as I said, G clamps, C clamps, your trusty or another trusty clamp for you to use right on set. And that is how to for this episode with the Caribbean Gaffer. Now remember, like, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me at the Caribbean Gaffer on Instagram too as well. But anything 13 Degrees North Rentals, 13 Degrees North Productions. Remember, we are gear for you. See you next episode.